my name is Emma and today I'm doing another signed book collection. I have already done 3 signed book collections that include a ton of books signed by a ton of amazing authors. So if you'd like to see those, I will link that playlist below. Now this signed book collection encompasses all of my signed books from May to currently mid-August, and somehow that is the shortest span of time I've had between signed book collections, and this is the most signed books I've had. I would just love to know how this keeps happening because I truly do not. Without further ado, let's jump into this signed book collection. I have 21 signed books to talk about, which is like super cray, but I'm ready to do it. The first 3 signed books I have in this collection are from BEA, which is Book Expo America. I was lucky enough to attend this past May and I got 3 books signed. If you're interested in checking out my montage from BEA as well as my haul where I show you all of the books signed or not that I got at BEA, those will be linked below. The first book I got signed is Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. She signed it Emma, You Are Wanted, Jennifer Niven, and I like how the blue that she signed it matches the blue of the cover. I actually wasn't even planning on going to her signing. I literally went into this like super secret penguin room in the basement that no one really knew about because I wanted an arc of Gemina and The Sun Is Also a Star, and she was just like chilling there at a table signing. There was no lines. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Free books, get to meet an author. It was a really cool experience. Jennifer Niven was extremely sweet. As I mentioned on the channel before, I am not the biggest fan of All the Right Places, just personally. It wasn't what I wanted from that book, but Holding Up the Universe definitely sounds very interesting. I know there was a lot of controversy around the original synopsis, but now they fixed it, and it definitely just sounds like a very unique book that I would love to pick up soon. The next book I have signed is also an arc, and that is History's All You Left Me by Adam Silvera. This comes out in January, and Adam wrote, Emma, thanks for being a badass, and for keeping my Twitter busy with every Shadowhunter tweet possible. Team Alec forever. Adam Silvera, smiley face. P.S. I have to pee so badly, get me out of here. I was lucky enough to attend a private dinner with Adam, his publicist, as well as a bunch of awesome booktubers, which I'm sure you guys saw footage from, of all of the massive BEA vlogs that went up that week. Adam is by far one of the coolest guys on the planet. I literally just like saw him yesterday because we just ran into each other in this city, but I love Adam so much. I love his books. I cannot wait to read History's All You Left Me. It's gonna be so great. Don't forget to mark your calendars for January. But I adore Adam with like every fiber of my being, and he is so talented, and I can't wait to see what's in store for him in the future. And the last book I have from BA is Heartless by Marissa Meyer, which was by far one of my biggest to gets on my BA list for 2016. She signed it To Emma Off With Your Head, Marissa Meyer, and I like how she used the silver ink to complement the black inside page. Let me tell you how crazy it was getting this arc, which I've already discussed in the BA book haul, but oh my god. For whatever reason, Heartless did not have a specific line. Like before, most people would line up like 2 hours early, sometimes even 3 hours early for a specific book, and this needed a line like 4 hours earlier. For whatever reason, they only started a line an hour before the arc actually dropped and you could join the signing line, and so there was just like this mob of hundreds of people standing in front of the Macmillan booth in just this gigantic mob. It was so hot and sweaty. There were so many people, and like I was afraid I was gonna lose a limb trying to get this book. I was like, is this even really worth it? Luckily, I am a BookCon veteran and I know what it takes to go through all of these crazy signings at these book conventions, so I got a ticket. I made it through. I met Marissa Meyer for the second time and she was just as lovely as ever. I cannot wait to read Heartless. I know everyone in the entire world of books wants their hands on this copy, and I'm so lucky to have it. It was totally worth the struggle of trying to get it, but I'm so unbelievably excited about this release. The next 3 books I got are from BookCon, and I do have a video discussing everything that went down on the day of BookCon. There were signings, there were author interviews, there were fun little hangouts and photo shoots, and just everything I wanted from that trip. So if you'd like to hear me talk about everything that happened at BookCon, you can check the other link in the description. So for BookCon, I only got 3 books signed by one author, and I'm sure you guys can all assume what author I went through all the trouble of waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning for. Cassandra Clare. I'm so happy I got to meet Cassandra Clare for the 3rd time. I already obviously have these books. I have the box set, and so I had to buy 3 new books that I already had, but it was Cassandra Clare, and this purchase was so worth it to me to meet her and have my book signed by her for the 3rd time. So I got City of Ashes, City of Fallen Angels, and City of Heavenly Fire in the new paperback editions, and that completes my set of the Mortal Instruments series signed by Cassandra Clare. I do have them all signed in different formats. I have some hardcover signed, and now I have some of the paperback signed, but it doesn't matter. I have the full Mortal Instruments series signed by the author, and that is just the most exciting thing in the entire world. They're all just signed by Cassie. I'm sure you know her signature by now, but I still love it even though most people don't. Though the one thing that I do want to mention in this video is I have this ongoing joke with myself, and I'm not even going to say it's with Cassie because she definitely doesn't even realize that she does this, but I've met her 3 times. I've gone to 3 of her signings, and every single time she signs a book, at least one, in the wrong place. This is where it's supposed to be signed, where her name is, but for some reason she signed it here in my hardcover copy of City Family Fire. She signed it like here. On another book it's like here, and it's just, she just continually signs my books in the wrong places, and I'm not complaining about it like at all. I just find it really, really funny that like we have this inside joke that only I know about, that she always signs my books in the wrong places. So of course, meeting Cassie again was amazing. If you want to hear me talk more about that, obviously go to the BookCon video, but I'm so glad that I finally have the full Mortal Instruments series signed by my favorite author. So the next 2 books I got signed were at Bee Fest from Barnes & Noble. If you hadn't heard about it, I'd be really shocked. Back in June, Barnes & Noble had this big event called Bee Fest where like every single day there were authors coming to Barnes & Noble all over the country. They were doing panels and signings, and there was a whole lot of fun. Carolyn from the Bubbly Book Nerd had suggested that we do a booktube panel for the New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania area booktubers. So we had a booktube panel at Princeton, New Jersey, Barnes & Noble, which was so exciting. I actually have the full panel that we did uploaded to my YouTube channel, so if you want to hear me, Michael Book Lion, Bryn's Bookshelf, Simply Thoughtful Books, as well as Bubbly Book Nerd talk about booktube and our experiences on this community, definitely go check out the other link in the description. It's pretty long, but it was an amazing day and it was a lot of fun. So after that panel, we had stayed for a little while because there were 2 authors that were going to be there talking about their books and their writing. So of course, me being me, I can't attend a book signing without purchasing a book and going up to meet the author and supporting their work, so I did that. The first author that was there was Clare LeGrand, the author of Winter Spell. She signed it for Emma, Embrace Your Power. So lovely to meet you, Clare LeGrand. And she put hearts everywhere, and she's such a sweetheart. As soon as Claire started talking about this book, I knew that I had to have it. It's basically a retelling of the Nutcracker, which I think is interesting as enough because we hear about all these retellings that are mostly like Disney films and like old fairy tales. The Nutcracker is a ballet. It's my favorite ballet. I watch it literally all throughout the year because I'm so obsessed with it. And so as soon as I had this really dark retelling of the Nutcracker in front of me, I had to pick it up. I have not gotten the chance to read it yet, but I think around Christmas time this will be the perfect read for me. I'm just so interested in a dark retelling. She was like, you'll never view the Nutcracker again, and I'm like, I really want to know what this is about. So I'm very happy I got to meet Clare LeGrand and pick up one of her books. And the other author that was there was Julie Ashbaum, the author of Ivory and Bone. This is Julie's debut novel, and it sounds fantastic. It's been described as a prehistoric YA, and it just sounds so cool and unique. Like, when have you ever heard about a YA set in prehistoric times? They're like always like 1800s, 1900s, 2000s, and that's it. Like, barely anything goes before that, so a prehistoric YA sounds so cool. Julie's also another sweet woman. She actually sat there for our entire booktube panel, and I just could not thank her enough for taking the time out to do that. She signed my book to Emma. It has been so fun meeting you today. I loved your panel. You were an inspiration. I hope you enjoy the read. Julie Ashbaum, which I can promise you I will enjoy this read. So the next thing I went to was for 3 amazing authors at Books of Wonder that I'm really excited to show you guys. The first is The Star-Touched Queen by Roshni Chashki. It says, to Emma, may the stars shine for you, and then in parentheses it says, your tattoo is awesome and your makeup is on fleek. That is probably one of the nicest things I've ever received in a signed book in the entire world. So I've not read The Star-Touched Queen yet, but I really want to. The reason she wrote that my tattoo is awesome is she was talking about, I don't even know where my tattoos are, this tattoo, which is Latin for if I cannot move heaven, I will raise hell. I got it for Sebastian Morgenstern, obviously. But she actually said that that quote during her panel was the inspiration for this story, and so I was like, hold up. Am I meeting an author whose story was inspired by a tattoo I have that is just so coincidental and awesome, and it was just so fun talking to her about it. I really want to read The Star-Touched Queen. It definitely sounds like a book that is right up my alley, and again, I've heard fantastic things, so I had a lovely time meeting this beautiful, amazing author. I also just remembered that I have like 9 more books on this signed book collection. Oh my god. We're gonna have to hightail it through here because I literally have 30 books now, just remembering that I went to a signing yesterday. The next 3 books I have are the Winter's Curse trilogy Duology by Marie Rutowski, The Winner's Curse, The Winner's Crime, and The Winner's Kiss. I had not read these books before going to this signing, and I just knew that this was something I've been wanting to read. I've been hearing about it on BookTube for like 2 years now, and it was always something that was like in the back of my mind when I wanted to pick up a book. As soon as I bought all of these, I got home from the signing, and The Winner's Curse was the next book I read, and I fell in love with this series. It was amazing. I marathoned all of them, and I was like, damn it, I could have told her how much I love them had I read them before, but I didn't. Though I am very glad I did go to the signing, because I probably would not have picked up these books as soon as I did had I not met her and listened to her talk about it, which I think is one of the best things about book signings. So I'm very, very happy that I met Marie Rutowski, and I cannot wait to meet her in the future so I can tell her how much I love them now. I don't really have the time to show you all of them, but it says, to Emma, play to win, Marie Rutowski. For Emma, don't wake up, Marie Rutowski. The dust jacket is upside down, but for Emma, ready, Marie Rutowski. And so I have the whole series signed by her, and I'm very, very excited to hopefully meet her in the future and tell her that now I absolutely love her books. The last author that I met at that signing is Renee Ahdieh, the author of the Wrath in the Dawn duology. I read the Wrath in the Dawn, and it absolutely changed my reading taste forever, and I'm so thankful for this book. And so it was just the most exciting thing to go up to Renee Ahdieh and be able to talk to her about it and tell her how much she's changed me as a reader and how much that means to me. And I think it says, to Emma, make it a stay worthy of you. I'm not entirely sure what that particular word is there, but it's still signed by her, which is fantastic. And the Roses of Dagger, which I've not finished yet, says, to Emma, from the stars to the stars, Renee Ahdieh. And so again, I was just so happy to finally meet her, and I cannot wait to finally read the second book in this amazing duology that I love so much. The next book on the signed book collection is another book from Adam Silvera. It is More Happy Than Not, his first book, but this is in the paperback edition. When I went to that dinner with Adam back in May, they were supposed to have copies of More Happy Than Not in paperback for us, and Adam was going to sign them, but they did not come in time because they were recently printed right before BEA came. So Soho was kind enough to mail me a copy, and Adam signed this one as well, and it says, Emma, my very fabulous friends, here's another book to add to your already busy shelves, but you can't be mad because this cover though, mad love, Adam Silvera. And then he drew, I think it's me and Adam hooping, which is just the best thing in the entire world. This is Adam's debut novel. This is the one that's actually out, so you can go read this one now and you don't have to wait until January for his next release. But More Happy Than Not, fantastic book, fantastic author, fantastic person. I just cannot rave about Adam enough, so definitely check out More Happy Than Not, and literally like this cover though. And so then the next stack of books I have signed are from a signing I went to for Victoria Schwab, which I've mentioned on my channel like 7 million times. I have an interview with Victoria Schwab, which is very exciting. I have a vlog from that entire event, and I actually have 20 minutes of footage of just Victoria talking to the moderator Gabby from Books of Wonder. So if you'd like to hear Victoria talk about herself and her writing, that video as well as the interview will be in the description. And I also have a review of This Savage Song on my channel too, so if you want to hear more in-depth thoughts about this book, definitely go check it out there. So just so you know, they do all say Emma Victoria Schwab in this really pretty green pen, which was my favorite part of the signing. I love when authors write in really pretty colors, but because I have so many books, I'm not going to open them and show them to you all because they literally just say that. But the books I had Victoria sign are Vicious, This Savage Song, A Darker Shade of Magic, A Gathering of Shadows, The Archived, and The Unbound, which completes my current collection of Victoria Schwab books. And meeting her was amazing. I had like just finished The Savage Song and A Darker Shade of Magic right before meeting her, and so it was so good to talk to her. It was like amazing to interview her, so thank you so much to everyone involved in setting that up. HarperCollins, Books of Wonder, you guys are all amazing, and it was just the most perfect day. Victoria's amazing, her books are amazing, and those videos were pretty cool in my opinion, but I just had the best time at this event, and this is definitely a day and an author that I'm not going to be forgetting anytime soon. So I have to go around my room and collect all the books that I forgot to include in the beginning of this video, so just hold on 1 minute. So this portion of the signed book collection kind of spoils a surprise that I was trying to hold, but not really, because if you were following my Snapchat or Instagram earlier this month, you probably would have seen what was going on. So Books of Wonder, being the amazing bookstore that they are, were kind enough to set up an interview for myself and the amazing Sarah J. Maas. We spent the first half of the day watching her sign 500 personalized pre-orders and then another 400 to 500 books of just stock for Books of Wonder, which was just insane. She signed literally like 1,000 copies of books in like 4 hours. It was very impressive. So I have a time lapse of like what that kind of is like for those of you who might not have been able to be behind the scenes of an author signing books before, so that's coming soon. And like I said, I did get to interview her, which was just amazing, and I'm so grateful for that opportunity. So the time lapse and the interview with Sarah are coming soon. I had met Sarah a couple of times before. I went to one of her signings, then I saw her at a book signing. I went to say hi, and then we just actually got to sit and talk and like spend time together that day. So that was just the coolest experience, and she was kind enough to sign the rest of the books that I currently own from her. I'm also going to her signing September 6th in Bensalem for the release of Empire of Storm. So if you'll be there, I'll be there, and we can all hang out with Sarah J. Maas. It'll be super cool. So Sarah had signed 2 of my books already, but one of the books she signed was Arrow Fire, and that is the UK edition with these beautiful white covers. I don't have Queen of Shadows yet, but I'm trying to do that very soon. These books are kind of like a mess of like just her signature, a personalization, and stuff written inside. So it's like a little unboxing for me because I haven't even looked at these yet. But this one says Sarah J. Maas. She signed the A Court of Thorns and Roses series for the first 2 books that are out, and I know that she personalized this one because she said that A Court of Mist and Fury was her favorite so far. So let's see what's in here. Again, Sarah J. Maas. And this one says, thanks so much for all of your help today and for the interview. I had so much fun. Can't wait to see you soon. XOXO, Sarah J. Maas. She is so sweet, guys. I adore her. And as many of you probably know if you've been on my channel for a while, I read Throne of Glass a very long time ago. I read the first 3, and I'm not caught up on the novellas yet or Queen of Shadows, but I absolutely love the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. And I've been thinking a lot recently about how I feel like I really didn't give Throne of Glass a fair chance. I feel like I really liked the first one, and then because things were changing and I wasn't used to high fantasy, it was the first high fantasy YA that I ever read, I just wasn't connecting with it, and I just kind of like rejected it in my mind, and so I've really been wanting to rectify that. So I've decided to reread Throne of Glass very soon. So I picked up the hardcovers. I'm addicted, guys. I just feel like over the past few months of like rereading synopses and hearing people talk about it, and especially talking to Sarah about her books, I just feel like it definitely fits my reading taste now as a 20-year-old, and it just didn't as an 18-year-old who was just getting into reading for the first time. So I will be rereading these very soon, and I've just decided that I really wanted these beautiful hardcovers. So I'm really excited to have all of these now. Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight both just say Sarah J. Maas, but this one says Light Up the Darkness by Sarah J. Maas. And then Queen of Shadows says Rattle the Stars, Sarah J. Maas. And so again, it was just a really lovely day meeting her, and I have 2 really exciting videos coming out recently featuring Sarah, and I will be at her signing again, and I will have a couple more of her books signed and in my possession, and I'm really excited about it. That concludes the signed book collection. I feel like I went through this a lot faster than I would have. I mean, I had 30 books, and I feel like I've only been filming for about like 30 minutes or so I'm like A+ on time here. If you've met any authors in the past and gone to signings, or if you've ordered signed books offline, I would love to know. Let's just talk about our love for our signed book collections. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon for a new one. Bye!